Hey, welcome everyone. So today I'm going to talk about volume. For training I'm going to compare high volume and compare it to low volume. Now I would say the amount of volume that you need, I would say for most people is not going to change in a way. I'm talking about 70 to 80% of people, they don't require like changes in volume, right? But for the remaining 10, 20, maybe even 30%, I would say that's going to be the very serious athletes like professional bodybuilders and just professional athletes. They're going to require different volumes basically, and I'm talking about muscle growth. Honestly, that's going to be like the focus of this video. The main goal of this channel is to provide a lot of valuable information for just hypertrophy and staying in great shape, building muscle, fat loss. So I would say for most people you need like 10 to 12 hard sets, and a lot of people that when they hear like 10 to 12 sets, they don't say to themselves that's not enough volume. But if you think about it, that's a lot of volume if that volume is a very high quality volume. And what do I mean by very high quality volume? Very high quality volume is very hard sets that are taken very close to failure or to failure. Obviously, training to failure is not safe on every exercise, but on most exercises like the biceps, shoulders, you can safely take the sets to failure. And training to failure is not required by any means, but a lot of people, they have no idea how many reps they have left in reserve. So training to failure is very safe for them to actually be doing very high quality sets. Again, if you can't tell, just notice how your rep speed slows down. If it has slowed down way too much, it's like a very slow rep, it's time to end the set, right? So yeah, hard sets that are taken very close to failure or to failure, that's absolutely required for maximum muscle growth. And if you're actually training very hard, you don't have to do as much volume. Because let's say if you decide to leave even one rep in reserve, that's fine basically. You might have to do like 20 sets to maximize muscle growth. 20 sets for a muscle group if you leave like one rep in reserve. If you decide to leave like 2 reps in reserve, that's going to be on average 25 sets. 30 sets if you decide to leave 10 reps in reserve. Again, 30 sets is a lot, and you don't spend a lot of time in the gym, so I would say just learn to train hard and spend less time in the gym, right? And on top of that you get better recovery. So yeah, that's going to be something very important. For most people, they want to do great. Now that's kind of like 6 to 12 sets. Some people, they don't have that lifestyle to support the high volumes. But professional bodybuilders, on the other side, professional athletes, they do everything in their power to actually support, like to do everything to get the best results, and that might include like getting a lot of sleep, perfect diet, like eating like 100% whole food diet, getting a lot of different vitamins, minerals, a lot of protein, healthy fats, lots of fiber. These people, they can probably do better on slightly more volume. Maybe now for naturals that's going to be 12 to 15 sets, and 15 sets is pushing it. Okay, that's pushing it. For not naturals, I would say they can maybe benefit from 15 to 18 sets. And again, the degrees of how natural you are, if you're on closer to that natural side, right, it's a better idea to use less volume, right? Now if you use more supplements, the not natural ones, I would say maybe you can benefit from 20 sets, 20 hard sets. right? If you're using like a lot more supplements, that's professional bodybuilders. Usually they use a lot. They use like all of the protein and creatine. Again, I would say if you're natural and you don't have the perfect lifestyle, 8 to 10 sets. If your lifestyle is fine, right, 10 to 12 sets. Perfect lifestyle, 10 to 14 sets. Right, maybe 15 for weak muscle groups. Now, if you're not natural but like using a little bit of protein, right, that's called word for not being natural. Again, protein is all natural. Supplements, they're natural, but I'm talking about something else. So I would say maybe 15 to 18 sets. Okay? Now if you're using a lot more protein, 10 scoops, maybe 20 sets. Right? But I would say going beyond 20 sets is not required for everyone, and you can actually see that the professional bodybuilders like Ronnie Coleman, they didn't do that much volume, and they still built like a lot of muscle mass, and Ronnie Coleman actually trained very hard. So I would say, now I'm not saying train like Ronnie Coleman, but you can, that's like the perfect like evidence that you don't need 30 sets if you train hard, and he did that. Okay, he trained way too hard. You need to train hard, but not that hard, okay? But yeah, I would say for most people 10 to 12 sets is perfectly fine. Now, why is high volume might be a problem for hypertrophy? Now, we only grow from volume that we can recover from. Let me explain. Let's say on Monday it's chest day. You do, okay, let's say you have like 2 chest days. You do like 5 to 6 sets, hard sets, right? And on Thursday or Friday you do another 5 to 5 sets. That's 10 sets, right? This amount of volume is more than enough to allow for perfect recovery. Now let's say that you decide to do 9 sets on Monday, 9 sets on Thursday, that's 18 sets or even 10 sets, 10, 11 sets. Now that's pushing it. Now, you probably don't have that lifestyle to allow for recovery, so on your second chest day, you're not recovered, so you won't be able to replicate the same training performance. Meaning you won't be able to lift the same amount of weight for the same amount of reps with the same technique, with the same bar speed. Now, this on its own means that you probably won't stimulate much, if any, muscle growth. So you kind of wasted your training day. The second day was wasted. So again, you take 2 days to recover, and that's not enough again because the volume on Thursday or Friday was too much. So again, you're not recovered, you didn't grow, you negatively impacted your recovery, so again on Monday you can't replicate your performance again. It's actually going down, you see a decline in performance, right? That's like the perfect sign. If you see a decline, you're doing too much volume. Most people, they do too much, they don't do too little, right? I'm not saying 1 set is enough, I never say that. But if you're not able to replicate your performance like week to week, you're doing too much volume, okay? And if you think about it, I actually did the same with my chest, and I stalled for a very long time. I've been stuck on the bench press and I was doing too much volume. It's a big exercise, it's a very big exercise, and I can't recover, right? I'm not using a bunch of stuff like protein and creatine for that training when you're natural. Again, even if you're not natural, 10 to 15 sets, hard sets, is plenty. And a lot of people don't get it because they've been fed of that high volume junk studies saying that you need to do like crazy amounts of volume when that's not true. I would say it's harmful because you're not making gains. Believe me, give it a try. Give it a try. Reduce your volume to 10 sets a week. 10 sets for the muscles that you care the most about. Split that volume, 5 sets, 2 workouts, okay? Give it a try. On the bench press, 5 sets. Another day again 5 sets, or you can do 2 sets of the bench press, 3 sets of chest flies or weighted dips. Again, switch things up, but keep using the same exercises. You can equally distribute your sets, and believe me, you're going to see like massive growth. And a lot of people, I believe that they intentionally give you bad advice so you don't make gains, so you pay for online trainers, okay? You pay for training programs because they give you bad information, and I don't like that, to be honest, because I mean, I'm here to give you like everything that I know that works, and I'm always like trying to improve. Because again, I used to believe the high volumes too. I used to do like 20 sets every week, and that's too much. Okay, I want to end this video right now. Hope that you enjoyed, hope that it was very helpful. If you want an online personal trainer, you can contact me on my email. You can find my email in the description down below. Don't forget to click the like, and if you want a training program, again, contact me. And yeah.